Are you looking at me right now? Do you click on this video expecting me to talk about one of my favorite manga of all time, which is Berserk, and I want to actually rant out about my personal opinion about what I think that might be actually a rumor going around that is talking about an anime adaptation for it? Well, you come to the right place. Yippee jeepies. Wow, you're going to actually enjoy this video because I'm not actually really happy the way I am. So if you're enjoying a very big PP, sad PP moment for me right now, yeah, it's not really sad. It's more like an annoy PP. So like I'm about to actually swing around and slap it right, left and right on your cheeks or your face, so that I could actually tell you that you should be regretting for actually following this rumor. So if you guys don't know, Mappa has been going on with a streak going around with like Hell Paradise, JJK, whatever the hell, what other enemies they have actually been planning to do, and people are actually even starting a rumor where like Mappa might actually take in a Berserk anime, which I do think that is a baloney. But there is a video talk about it, and people like this person say about like that maybe if Mappa made a Berserk anime, it would be the only one that I can actually rely on and be happy with. And then I because they don't shy away from like the gore, the darkness, the brutality, and I just think like you need to get slapped with my annoy PP raw off the face, raw off the bat. You annoy me. Everyone annoys the hell out of me because it is Mappa that Mappa this, Mappa wow, Mappa how, Mappa why, Mappa when. Well, nobody, like everybody is just going from Mappa, Mappa, Mappa. I would even argue JJK is not even supposed to be that good, okay? I will stand here on top of the hill, cold, grabbing my controller and just scream that Invincible is actually a far more better show than JJK without a single doubt. I will say it right off the bat so that I could annoy all of you Mappa Glazers because I am tired of listening of Mappa Glaze all around. Because you have to understand, Mappa is not the only talented studio that can actually good brutality, dark fantasy type of show. And I love Berserk. And I want my Berserk anime adaptation to be actually a really good adaptation. And for God's sake, I know this video is going to be like a rant video where like there's no way in hell there's going to be an anime adaptation for Berserk. There's like 0.0000000 of 1% chance that could even happen. If there was anime adaptation, I would actually literally lay down this spot and actually fainted, okay, with bubbles coming out, red bubbles coming out from my body, okay? I would shit in my pants right off the bat right now if there was anime adaptation announcement for Berserk. I don't care. Well, I do care what studio. I know Mappa would actually do a good job, but let's try not to actually play like a dumb idiot here who's actually just like who's a part of like JJK fandoms. Can we just like grow up with pair a bunch of big balls and say like I know for sure like there's a bunch of studios that can actually adapt Berserk far more better than Mappa. I would even argue like the trilogy movies of Berserk that is actually really good anime adaptation. They are really good, although it's not technically accurate because they left out one of the characters from the mangas and never put it into the trilogy, which is kind of a bit annoying, but it's fine. It's not 101. But another studio that I would think of, like maybe Studio Bones that could do it. Even though the style it would not actually match together with Berserk. But I do know for sure like the details and the amount of quality of animation that could put it into like some of the brutality and gore would actually work here. And but like personally, it has to be A1 Pictures for me. I think A1 Pictures could actually do a fantastic job because like look at a sentence to be a hero anime, that one has been non-stopping, really did a good job of like consistent anime of like frames per frames, just really fun to watch. But yeah, some people even say like Ufotable would actually do a good job, but like for me, and Ufotable can be a little bit overrated to be honest with you, because like I personally, I don't know, I'm a bit scared like how they actually do a 3D animation in their anime because sometimes it could be a little bit iffy, yeah, especially with the Demon Slayers. Personally, with like all of a sudden the enemy, like it's just enemy, and all of a sudden, boom, real explosion and animation. I'm like that a bit. That took me off a little bit. But again, it's no hate for like any Mappa Glazer. I know Mappa is like a really genuinely good studio. generally forgot they also like animated Attack on Titan. But I think like we put too much faith onto Mappa and talk a lot, way too much on Mappa. And honestly, I think like Mappa is like one of the few interesting studios because like every animation they do like is just generational memes. Like every time they actually put up an episode of JJK, I just keep seeing memes after memes on Twitter, and it's kind of funny. It's great actually. It's enjoyable, but I want to give more credit for other studios. Like there's more studios are more talented than Mappa. Like personally, no hate, but like personally, I just think there are. Especially for Berserk. Berserk has been one of my favorite mangas of all time. It's one of the few mangas that I started loving reading. Actually, I am still waiting for a new chapter in this October that's going to come out. I still love Guts. Like Casca Griffith can go fuck himself. May his name be forgotten. But still, the writing of Berserk has to be one of the best, if not probably the best writing in all fiction, in my personal opinion. However, I don't know if it's going to be able to be adapted because there's a lot of things like in the manga is just stupidly overly godly writing. Miura, the man himself, his hand has to be like the hand of a robot to be able to consistently make like detailed panels left and right. And I don't even know how you're supposed to actually get that panels into an anime. That's even possible for me. But there is a possibility. There's a small hope. Okay, there's like with the quality of animations nowadays has been like nonstop being improved. I think there's a hope. However, I think I'll stop here because I think my throat is dying because I've been playing against a boss in Crimson Desert for the past 2 hours. I still haven't beating him. But yeah, I hope you have loved there. Have a loved night. Peace out, y'all.